Hello and welcome to video 5 of Recreate Your Life in 10 Weeks. If this is the first video you see, then check out the link in the description. The playlist link is in there so you can see all of the other videos that I've made so far. This video this week, I want to speak to you about self-forgiveness and why this is one of the most important things that you can ever do, and that you actually also have to do at least once a week. And I'll explain to you why that is, and also obviously how you do it. But first I want to go back into what you've learned so far. So far you understand that everything that you have in your life experience comes from who you are being. What radio station are you dialed to? The radio station you're dialed to depends on your inner speak, your inner talking, the emotions and the feelings that release when you speak to yourself in that way. At one point you don't even hear yourself speaking to yourself that way because it's become habitual. And when something is habitual, it's become a belief. Now, I told to you, I think it was the last video or maybe the video before, you have to check which one because they're all super valuable. With regards to beliefs, this is the thing in the world. We've been taught, depending where you grew up and what age you are, because if you're a bit younger, I'm 49. If you are in your 20s, then you're probably familiar with the believing is seeing. I grew up with the seeing is believing belief. But it is not seeing is believing. It is believing is seeing. And I can get into that in another video at some other point. You just have to take my word for this. And not only that, you can resonate, you can feel the resonance of this in your body, I'm sure. The fact that you're listening to this means that you know that there's value and truth in whatever it is that I'm saying. Hence, you're here because that's how it works. We will find things whenever we are resonant with the knowledge and the truth of whatever it is that I'm sharing. So it is believing is seeing. Now, you're dialed to a certain radio station. I went into that in the previous videos. And so your life experience that you are actually experiencing at this moment, your love life, your money, your health, your family, your friends, where you live, how you live, the clothes you wear, how much quality you have in your life of foods, of things, of people. This is all dependent on your vibration, your frequency, your radio station. And as I said, believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. Meaning everything that's become habitual will be outpictured. So at one point you are going to have to, and maybe you're already doing it, research what is it that I am believing about certain things. But this will be for a different video because we started, like I want to go through this with you in kind of a logical fashion. So I will come to this later, like how do you research what you are believing, because it's actually really simple. But today I want to speak about self-forgiveness. The thing is this: when you do not forgive yourself for all of the things that you blame yourself for, and you might not consciously know that you blame yourself for them, but I can guarantee that you are having some shame and blame in there, because that's just part of the human game until we understand that life works differently and that we don't have to blame and shame ourselves, because these are actually bullshit emotions that are not even, we don't come built in with blame and shame. As a baby, dude, all of us, we do the weirdest things. We puke on our parents' dresses, we have our feet in our hands, we pee in someone's face, we fart, we poo, and we're not ashamed of anything. Why is that? Because it's not a built-in emotion. Look at a baby. All the emotions that a baby displays, displays. Okay, I think the emphasis is not completely right. But you know what I mean? These are emotions that are natural to a human, and all of the other shit is not natural. It's learned behavior. And if you learned it, you can unlearn it. So when you blame yourself for something, then you will unconsciously be in the way of yourself because you feel undeserving on some level, because you are mad at yourself, you're sad with yourself, you blame yourself. And so that's where the self-forgiveness comes in. Self-forgiveness is such a beautiful practice, and it's part of self-love, but it has a different quality to it. So all the words in our lives, doesn't matter which language, all the words have a collective consciousness meaning built into it. Words have power. Words are not descriptive, words are creative. So whatever you say will go out into the universe, and it will manifest in some way, on some level, in some dimension. This is also something that Seth teaches. Everything that you think is an instant reality, not necessarily in the physical reality, but all thoughts outpicture. And so this is a bit of a sidestep, but for you to understand, things outpicture in physical reality after repetition. And also, it's a benign universe, it's a safe universe. So loving thoughts outpicture way easier and faster than fearful thoughts. So you don't have to be afraid of thinking fearful thoughts at all. And also, that will, it's like, don't think of a pink elephant. So what will you think of? Yes. So don't be afraid of fearful thoughts. It's fine. Do not worry. Do not fret. Just don't hang out there. So back to the self-forgiveness. Every word has a collective consciousness meaning built into it. So I love myself has a different feeling, tone, and frequency quality as I forgive myself. So that's why I want you, even though it is fucking uncomfortable, not excuse my French, in the beginning to say it, I want you to keep repeating, I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I forgive myself. You can even make a journal exercise out of it and list all the things that you forgive yourself for, even though when something comes up, you're still super angry about it or super sad about it. I do not care. It doesn't matter. Just keep at it. And what I want you to do, so depending on if you're doing the every hour self-love practice that I gave you in week 1, maybe you're still doing it every hour, maybe you're doing it every 2 hours. Enter in there, I love myself, and the second sentence is I forgive myself. Then you go back to I love myself, and then you go to I forgive myself. So you actually have 2 practices in one. I promise you, I guarantee you, this is life changing. No joke. Seriously, guaranteed. You can call me up. I'll give you my number. No, I won't. But you can email me. You can DM me on Instagram, even though I'm not at it at the moment, but I will see it at one point. You can get in touch with me if this doesn't work, and I'll give you your money back, even though this is a free course. Seriously, dudes, this works. I promise you, and I guarantee you. And if you have to cry, if you get angry, just continue. I do not care. Treat yourself like you're the most precious person in your life, which you are. I got news for you. You are that. But not all of us are open to this knowledge at this point, depending on where you are in your self-love journey, right? So treat yourself like you're the most loved and most important person in your life. Treat yourself like you are your cat, your dog, your nana, your child, your lover, your partner, your husband, your wife. Treat yourself like the person you love the most in the whole world. And for that person, you will do anything, won't you? If you're not that person yourself, for yourself right now, then I know that there will be someone that is on that pedestal for you. And it doesn't matter that there's someone there. When you stick to this practice, someone else will be on the pedestal. And that someone else is you. And maybe not even pedestal, because maybe you don't like inequality. Maybe you do. It doesn't really matter. What I'm saying with this is you will be the most important person in your life. Nobody else, nothing else. Oxygen mask will always go on first with you and not with anyone else. So, to reiterate, if you have self-blame and self-shame hanging out in your body that you don't know of, you will block yourself, because you're self-blocking. No one is blocking you. The universe isn't blocking you. Your father isn't blocking you. Your children, your lover, your partner, nobody is blocking you. Spirits is not blocking. No, you are self-protecting, self-blocking, because you're blaming yourself for something. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and go here. I love myself. I forgive myself. I love myself. I forgive myself. And before I leave you and love you, because things to do, people to see, I want to speak shortly to Ho'oponopono. If you haven't heard of this prayer, Ho'oponopono is invented by Dr. Yu Len. He's an Hawaiian man. And in short, you can find the longer story if you're interested. In short, he made this prayer to clean people from stigmas. So he worked in a prison, and it was one of the heaviest guarded prisons in, I think it was Hawaii, makes sense. And it was also it was a mental institute / prison. Maybe I'm fucking this up. People were locked up and they were not in a good place. And at one point he understood, oh my God, everyone is me pushed out, but not in those terms. These are Neville words. So what do I have to do, Dr. Yulen thought, to make sure that these people are healed from whatever it is in my mind? He took responsibility for how he was seeing everyone. So he said this: I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That was the prayer. And he kept doing that, and he kept doing that. Now, I'm not a proponent of Ho'oponopono, and that's personal. It's not that this now means that that's true for everyone. No, because I am a unique expression of all that is, just like you are. And while at one point in my journey I resonated with this, I don't anymore, and I will tell you why. Because I'm sorry, please forgive me. What does it say? It says, I was wrong. No. F that. I wasn't wrong. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. No, it doesn't resonate with me. It feels like mea culpa, and it feels like groveling, and it feels like going through the slime. No. For me, a simple, I forgive myself, I love myself, suffices. Now, if you, as I said, if you do it on the hour, do it for 5 minutes in total. If you do it less in a day, then just do it at least for 5 minutes. I forgive myself, I love myself. And if you want to go really deep, write down all the things that you forgive yourself for. And again, I do not care if you cry, I do not care if you scream, I do not care if you get angry. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. And I promise you, everything in your life will change. Your love life will change. Your money situation will change. Where you live will change. The people in your life will either fall away or show up differently. So the people that you don't necessarily like at the moment, or how they behave. And everything will just become magically epic. A fit mind creates a beautiful body and an epic life, and that's what we're doing on my channel. We're creating a fit mind, and everything starts in your mind. All is mind, as they say. Was it the Hermetics or the Kybalion, or is it the same? I don't know, and I don't care. What I care about is that this stuff works. Okay, much love. See you in the next. Oh, and let me know how you go. Oh, and also more info about stuff in the description. See you soon. Ciao.